we have a cab corner that's been replaced on this Tundra. You can see the E-coat's ground off. The E-coat is electrophoretically deposited epoxy. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand this back with 120 grit the whole way. We'll get it cleaned with a waterborne cleaner, and we'll replace this epoxy with our UV epoxy, and then we'll put our body filler over it and straighten this thing up and get it repaired. So now that it's all sanded, we're actually just going to clean it with a waterborne cleaner. You want to avoid any sort of solvent-borne cleaners at this point because it can turn that dust into sludge. So we're going to wipe it and we're going to dry it. Trying to get this off the panel because we need that stud pack adhesion. After it's cleaned, you just want to make sure it's completely dry before you put any products on here. This is our UV epoxy. We're actually going to put it on all the bare metal, and we'll allow that to flash for 2 minutes. We'll let the solvents evaporate, and then we'll cure it, and then we'll put our body filler right on it without sanding it. This product has a cool fan pattern to the nozzle, so we actually want you pretty close to the panel, and you want it nice and wet, but also translucent. You want it shiny, no dry spray. We need that contact angle to actually have that covalent bond to that alloy. And we'll give that 2 minutes flash. So now that the solvents have flashed out of this, they've evaporated, we're going to go ahead and polymerize that with the 850. Again, we're going to be as close as we can get this light. Now that that's fully cured, we're going to take our first fill and we're actually going to take it right out of the can. We're going to put it right on this epoxy without sanding it. So normally I take it out of the can, I'll scrape the back of this spreader so I'm not making a big mess on the back. Now the strategy is on the filler is to put it only where you need it. It will only cure to about 30 thousandths of an inch per pass. So I'm just trying to put it in the low spots to begin with. And everything you don't use, I'm going to put back in the can. This filler is 100% solid, so there is no flash time. So once you get it where you want to, you can go ahead and cure it with the light. You'll notice I'm not putting a ton of body filler on both sides. I'm actually just putting it where I need it, right in the low spot where the weld is. I'm going to protect this from the light, make sure that there's no polymerization in the can. We'll go ahead and cure this filler. Once that's fully cured, I can actually grab my filler again and put additional coats on top of it. You have all day to spread this. It can't dry until you throw that light on it, right? So you kind of have all day to put it where you need to. Okay, so this is 120. So because this is a urethane and it's fully cured, we're going to start and finish with 120. You're not actually gouging this filler because it's fully cured instantly. Where like a polyester filler takes 24 hours to fully cure at 72 degrees, this is fully cured in less than a second. So I have a low spot right here, but I'm going to stop sanding right there. There's no need to sand this. We'll get this cleaned and then we'll actually recoat this when we're done sanding this. Now that I've got it kind of roughed out, I'm actually going to re-clean it. Again, using a waterborne cleaner. This body filler is hydrophobic. You cannot soak up any sort of water or solvent, so you can put anything on it. It's completely stable. You'll notice there's a spot here that's unsanded. There's no need to sand that. The filler will stick to that without doing any sort of sanding maneuver. So as long as it's sanded and cleaned, we're actually just going to concentrate our filler right there in that low spot. I'm going to catch this little thing here because it's a little bit lumpy. So the idea is to fill the low spots first and then work your way out so you don't have body filler that you're sanding for no reason. Just take it off, put it back in the can. We'll put the lid on this, protect that from the light, and we'll get it cured. And then I'm going to run one nice coat across the whole thing. This body filler is pinhole free. It's completely stable. It'll never shrink. Again, you'll notice I have that light as close to that panel as I can get it. So the main takeaway is we just started in the low spots and we worked in the low spots, and then we just worked out this direction. This thing in a few minutes is actually pretty good. You can leave it in 120 if you're using my primer and then paint this car, it'll never shrink. There's no pinholes in this or micro balloon holes. You'll notice that I put the epoxy inside the jam here and I only did body filler out here. Right now I can just clean this all up and put my body filler directly to that epoxy. Again, you have about 1 hour to put the body filler over the epoxy that was applied. If it's longer than an hour, if you wait overnight, I need you to resand that, re-clean it, and re-epoxy it.